We welcome the Graham Clark Coaches Show here at Big East Clam Bar, right across from the Pup Hut on Stone Drive in Kingsport. I'm your host, Tom Taylor. And, of course, if you look to my immediate right, that is not Graham Clark. And if you look to my immediate left, it is not Coach Clark. Coach Clark's in a tough spot. And so we're going to devote this first segment. I'm going to philosophize a little bit because what he's going through right now, he and Marissa and Rusty and Emma and the entire extended family, they need us. And let me just tell you, Graham Clark's been pouring himself into the Kingsport community for many, many years. He calls them, in fact, I spoke to him today, he calls his football team his kids. And so for many, many years, he has poured himself into these kids. He has watched his players, former players, get married, have babies, go off to college, get jobs. He's been a part of funerals. He's buried some of his players. So this gentleman, you know, he has poured himself into this football program. And so, you know, he has given back so much to Kingsport. Well, now it's time for Kingsport to give back to Graham Clark and his family, Marissa and Emma and Rusty and, of course, Graham's Mama Marie and everybody on the Moore family. I mean, there's a lot of folks out of this extended family. And so if you're so inclined, if you're the praying type of person, we would ask you to pray for Coach Clark and for his family because he's hurting. Talked to him today, and he's a hurting puppy, and he should be because he's in a tough spot with his daughter Megan. So that's about as simple as I can make it. But again, what he's going through right now, folks, far exceeds the wins and losses of DB football, and I mean it's called life, and he needs us, and he needs the community to rally around him because he's in a tough spot. And as I said, I talked to him today, and it was very emotional for him, and understandably so. So. Again, if you're so inclined, please say a prayer for Coach Clark and his family. That's why he's not here. He even called and apologized because he couldn't be here to talk about his kids. And I said, Coach, you need to be with her, your kid. And he said, you're right. And so that's where he's at. And so with that, we're going to take a break. And we got two guys there going, we are one-trick ponies. We're going to do this one time. We're never going to do this again. And I understand that. But we're going to take a quick break, come back, and again talk about a tough loss to the Bearden Bulldogs, and also get ready for Jefferson County. And so we'll do that after this break. And again, our show being brought to you by Diane Hill Southern Dwellings, Brian Hayworth and Hayworth Tire, of course, Dr. Riggins and Associate Orthopedics of Kingsport, and of course, Cross Country, More Than a Mortgage, our buddy Russell Street. So again, heavy hearts, but he would tell us to get on the show and do the show, and that's what we're going to do because that's what Graham Clark would do. So again, one more time, please keep him in your prayers. These next couple of days and weeks are going to be very tough for Coach Clark and for Marissa and Rusty and Emma. So, and of course, Megan's family as well. So, quick break. We'll be right back. We'll talk about the Bearden Bulldogs as you're watching from Big East Clam Bar on Stone Drive in Kingsport, the Graham Clark Coaches Show.
Coach Graham Clark here representing the Associated Orthopedics of Kingsport. Associated Orthopedics of Kingsport's been proudly serving Kingsport since 1953. The only orthopedic group in the area to serve both Holston Valley and Indian Path hospitals. Associated Orthopedics of Kingsport provide team doctors for Dobyns, Bennett, and most other area schools. 9 physicians and 2 physician assistants ready to provide comprehensive orthopedic care to you and yours. Sprains, broken bones, joint replacement, hand surgery, the good folks at the Orthopedics of Kingsport can take care of. Orthopedic walk-in service and clinic available Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4 o'clock. Associated Orthopedics of Kingsport is a proud supporter of Dobyns Bennett football and here to get you back on the field as soon as possible. They've been keeping me running and moving since 1972. I'm proud to be a part of the Associated Orthopedic team.
Looking for something different for dinner tonight? Then Biggie's is what you want, offering casual dining and always family friendly. Start it off with Thai chili popcorn shrimp or calamari. Biggie's salad is always fresh. Then a hand-cut ribeye or mouth-watering shrimp and grits. Don't forget the raw bar with freshly shucked oysters or clams. Then you top it off with one of their many desserts. So what are you waiting for? Biggie's, 417 West Stone Drive in Kingsport.
If you are buying a home or a current homeowner and just curious about what your refinancing options are, I invite you to call me today. Hi, I'm Russell Street, branch manager for Cross Country Mortgage Incorporated in Kingsport. If you are thinking about financing a home and you don't know what you qualify for, I can help you with no obligations. At Cross Country Mortgage, we work closely with all of our customers from start to finish. Let me put my years of experience to work for you for all of your home financing needs. Visit us again at Cross Country Mortgage at 505 East Center Street in Kingsport. You can call us today at 423-246-2126. That's 423-246-2126. Or visit us at www.crosscountrykpt.com. I can help you with your pre-qualification today.
Cross Country Mortgage, Inc., license number NMLS 3029. Kingsport Branch, NMLS 855512. Russell Street, NMLS 148950. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Certain restrictions apply. Call for details. Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. To verify licensing, visit www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
And welcome back to Big East Clam Bar, right across from the Putt Putt on Stone Drive here in Kingsport. I'm your host, Tom Taylor, the Graham Clark Coaches Show. And, of course, out here again tonight, mid-October, loving the weather. And, again, you can see behind us the sunset, of course, the Bays Mountain. And, of course, we were going to be in the Blackbird Lounge tonight where we have been in the past. But guess what? It's being used tonight, being rented and occupied by an organization and a group. So, again, we're under 70 days till Christmas. If you're looking for a birthday party, certainly this time of year, a holiday party, Sunday school get-together, for whatever reason you need a room of about 40 people with lots of electronic amenities, if you will, you want to give them a call. It's 765-9633, Big East Clam Bar, right across the Putt Putt here on Stone Drive in Kingsport. It's the Blackbird Lounge, holds up to 40. You can go off the regular menu here at Biggie's, or you can have a special menu, sit down with the folks and plan out a special menu for your group or your organization. Again, Christmas right around the corner, New Year's Eve right around the corner, and birthday parties, retirement parties, for whatever reason, the Blackbird Lounge, pretty cool place to come and have that organizational get-together. And again, that number is 765-9633. To my right is the defensive coordinator, B.I. Salyers. To my left is the linebacker coach for the Indians, Michael Holt. And gentlemen, we're going to do what we try to do. Because we can't do it like the G-Man does it, and we know that. And so we're just going to try and be a good pinch hitters. Is that right?
That's exactly right.
It's the best we can do because we're not the man. Don't try to be the man. So if you'll reach over and hit that magic button, we're going to start the highlights, and we're just going to call out the plays as we see them here against the Bearden Bulldogs last Friday night.
All right, looks like we're starting out on defense here against Bearden spread. Right here, Blake Rogers makes a great play. He slips the block of the guard. Then we have a host of other guys in on the tackle. And seems to be like we're having a hard time lining up. We can finally get lined up, swing the ball out. And that would be Jacob Roller on the tackle. And
here would be the kickoff. And
the ball goes to Quentin Polinsky. Listen, he hits it hard up in there. The guys get a block. The thing about it is people haven't been kicking it deep to us much here recently because we've returned a few. Back on offense with Cole Maupin at quarterback. Hits Blake Rogers out of the backfield for a good gain. Blake's a load to bring down, but he does a great job, got good hands. Looks like now we're back in the spread. Looks like Cole is making a check. Good zone run right there. Line did a good job opening up a seam, and a good job by Blake hitting the seam, finding daylight and getting north and south. Down on the goal line, lined up in our heavy package. Right here we're just going to try to come off the ball, get movement. And coach, he pulls the trick out of the bag. He runs a naked boot out the backside to Brandon Gillum. It's a good catch. Defensively, lined up in the tight bunch set right here. Walk roller up. All right, get them to check off. They make their check. All right. I'm sure we didn't make any changes right there, but a good job by the D-line getting penetration and not getting drove back. Defensive end squeezing. Now it looks like Bearden is in an empty set. All right. And a great job again.
Swarmed him.
Was that Blake Rogers again? Also, Isaiah Jane, who is a fantastic sophomore linebacker, who's going to be good for us in the future.
Absolutely.
Not bad now.
Not bad now.
No,
He's got quite the future ahead of him.
You know, that's the thing. Well, let's go ahead and watch this play right here. Throw it out. Great job by Bryce Barrett, Brett Rogers, and
Rollers show up.
Listen, hustling the ball, that's what they got to do. Back on offense, in our normal spread look, going to motion Brett into the backfield, and a great read by Maupin right there. Great read. Listen, he does a great job. He wants to run the football. He's a tough quarterback, tough as nails.
Nice having a quarterback that'll lower that shoulder on somebody too. That's a luxury.
Exactly. Back on defense, right here, Bearden's lined up in her normal spread set, wide set. And they run a draw. Great job right there. Can't see who that is. Looks like it is
Blake Rogers.
Ben Foster and Buchanan making a play there. Down on the goal line right here. Good job penetration by Blake. And then a host of other guys. You got Isaiah James showing up again. And Isaiah had, how many tackles did he have?
Isaiah came out with 11 tackles on Friday
night. He had 11 tackles.
Played very well in his first varsity start.
Looks like we're getting ready to stunt. Somebody comes free.
There's
Isaiah James showing up again, and James Buchanan, who's been solid for us at linebacker this year also. Looks like Maupin's rolling out. They're going to throw the comeback out to Brett. Maupin has a great arm. He's capable of making that throw every down for us. Back in our traditional wide set. And then there's your bubble screen out to the outside. Guys getting downfield making blocks. I saw Michael Foster on a great block and a great tough run by Brett Rogers.
Yeah, great second effort.
Hard running right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're back in wide again. Get a play action. All right, a little RPO action, which as a defensive coordinator I really dislike. RPOs are tough on linebackers.
Good catch by Elijah Dunn there to reel that one in across the middle.
Again, RPOs a run-pass option. Now we get sprint out again by Maupin. All right, throwing the comeback right there to, looks like Caleb Wetzel. It was a great catch. All right. Still on O. Right here, running the zone read. Lyman do a good job, and Blake Rogers does a great job finding that seam and getting that thing north.
Set up by our center, Michael Foster, and our left guard, Grayson Castle, doubling that lineman off, taking him for a ride.
Got a little motion here. Looks like we're playing some man. We're getting a sprint out. You got Roller coming up to pull the quarterback up. All right, and a great pass breakup by, was that Dominic?
I believe it was Dominic, or I believe Reese Cornett was in as well at that point.
All right, there's another one of those great RPOs. Put that play action in there, and great catch by Jordan Jeffers.
Maupin does it on the string, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
He does. He can get a frozen rope to a receiver.
Again, great protection right there. You got Blake out in the flats. Listen, I'm telling you, he's a load. He is a load to bring down. He runs hard. He's a tough young man. Line back up again in our traditional spread set. Play action. All right. Protection. Maupin's having a scramble right here. And the receivers come back to the ball really well. I think that was Brett Rogers right there coming back to the football. Back in spread. Get dropped back right here. Great strike right there to Elijah Dunn. Did a great job. Again, back in the spread look. Maupin drops back. Hits Kobe Gladson. That's a great catch right there. Kobe's been solid for us all year long, too.
And those are the highlights again for the Indians losing a tough one to Knox Beard. And coaches, starting with Coach Holt, analyzed this game last Friday night for the Indians. Tough loss against Bearden. And Here's a football team that's 5-3 and come up here and got one at J. Fred. And your thoughts about the game last week?
Well, I mean, first of all, you never like to hear you say that. Got one in J. Fred, as that doesn't happen too often, and we take pride in that fact, quite a bit of pride. We got happy early on them. Got a safety there on their first series. Their punter snapped one over the punter's head, or their snapper snapped one over the punter's head and threw the back of the end zone for a safety. Our offense came in and put a score on the board, and we held them 2 straight drives there, had 2 good 3-and-outs, and thought we were rolling there, but that's not always the way the game goes. Caught some tough breaks. Got outplayed, I'll say, in a few spots, which happens sometimes, and weren't able to come out on a winning end of that one. But as always, one thing you can say about these young men on this team, it wasn't for a lack of effort. I take a lot of pride in saying that about these young men, that one thing they'll do is they'll fight you tooth and nail to the very end, and they continue to do that Friday night. Like I said, it didn't turn out how we wanted to, but a lot of things in life don't, and you got to learn to bounce back.
You got it. Coach Salyers, again, heading to the break here as the defensive coordinator. I know you're an optimist, so what were some of the good things? You lost a football game. What were some of the positive things you're going to take out of that game, get ready for Jeff County?
Well, I thought really we defended the run really well. They got a couple of RPOs on us that really broke our back. But again, zone read was the play that they scored their first touchdown on, and we got to make plays. When we're supposed to make plays, we got to make plays. But you know what? We played much better last week than we had the 2 previous weeks. And, that's a testament to the kids to not giving up. That's one thing I will say, being at Dobyns Bennett for the last 4 years, that, our kids play hard. And they're going to fight tooth and nail. And that's what I love about these kids. That's something that Coach Clark has instilled in them. We fight to the end. But overall, against Bearden, I thought we had a good game plan coming in. I thought our kids played well. And, we're going to learn from it. And that's what we talk about, week in and week out. We got to learn from our mistakes. We got to get better each week. And hopefully that's what happens.
Here's what I've learned this week. Brand new one. RPO means run, pass, option.
You got it.
There we go. I've learned something new here. That's good stuff with Coach Salyers.
Means a lot of bad things for defensive coaches.
RPOs is the death of a lot of people. And the game's changed.
Yeah.
The game's not the way it used to be. And, as a defensive person, you've got to be willing to change and do some things that you haven't done in the past. And, myself, I'm having to learn. And it's been tough.
We got to be flexible. And, of course, that's the name of the game is to, again, kind of go with the flow and make the changes on the fly that you need to do. We'll come back and talk about Jeff County in the Big East Conference. Big week again, Week 9 coming up. A lot of key games around the conference. Before we go to the break, our buddy Diane Hills has a new listing, or a listing on Lamont Street in the Fair Acres portion of Kingsport. It is a large home. Again, a master on the main floor. Also, you have 3 fireplaces, 2 kitchens, hardwood floors, roof and guttering has been newly replaced. Great large closets and storage and a fenced-in backyard. The best part is a huge covered porch, so there's all kinds of options there to relax in the evening. And you're not that far from all the activities, not too far from Dobyns Bennett. Certainly not far from Fun Fest and all the activities and in downtown Kingsport's Lamont Street and Fair Acres. I mean, again, to use one of those real estate terms, location. She's a phone call away to walk you through it, I should say. 677-3877 is the number to call to talk to Diane Hills from Southern Dwellings. Also, she has a listing in Jonesboro, 118 Tulip Lane in Jonesboro. Wonderful open log home with amazing views. Again, stone fireplace, 3.5 bath. Granite, full basement, 5 acres, fully fenced, a stalled barn. So if you want horses, want to kind of get out of the hubbub, if you will, of the city life, get out in the country life, this will be the one for you. Equipment building and more. Additional 5 acres available. It already comes with 5 acres already fenced. So that also is a phone call away. And Tulip Lane in Jonesboro, her number is 677-3877. Of course, you can go to southerndwellings.com and see these listings for yourself. 1916 Lamont Street and Fair Acres here in Kingsport. And in Jonesboro at 118 Tulip Lane. Again, her phone number, 677-3877. And the website to check it out for yourself is southerndwellings.com. We certainly appreciate Diane being with us again with the one of the sponsors, of course, of the Graham Clark Coaches Show. So, again, Diane, thank you. Appreciate you very much. Again, 677-3877 is her number to get a walkthrough of any of these two listings or anything else under the name of Southern Dwellings. And again, everything they've got is located on the website at southerndwellings.com. Quick break. We'll come right back with more. Again, the Graham Clark Coaches Show Big East Conference. We'll set the standings, let you know who's playing who, and from these two coaches get a preview and a scouting report on the Jefferson County Patriots, their opponent Friday night in Dumplin Valley. Back with more at Big East Clam Bars. You're watching the Graham Clark Coaches Show.
Coach Graham Clark here, representing the Associated Orthopedics of Kingsport. Associated Orthopedics of Kingsport's been proudly serving Kingsport since 1953. The only orthopedic group in the area to serve both Holston Valley and Indian Path hospitals. Associated Orthopedics of Kingsport provide team doctors for Dobyns, Bennett, and most other area schools. 9 physicians and 2 physician assistants ready to provide comprehensive orthopedic care to you and yours. Sprains, broken bones, joint replacement, hand surgery, the good folks at the Orthopedics of Kingsport can take care of. Orthopedic walk-in service and clinic, available Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4 o'clock. Associated Orthopedics of Kingsport is a proud supporter of Dobyns Bennett football and here to get you back on the field as soon as possible. They've been keeping me running and moving since 1972. I'm proud to be a part of the Associated Orthopedic team.
Looking for something different for dinner tonight? Then Biggie's is what you want, offering casual dining and always family friendly. Started off with Thai chili popcorn shrimp or calamari. Biggie's salad is always fresh. Then a hand-cut ribeye or mouth-watering shrimp and grits. Don't forget the raw bar with freshly shucked oysters or clams. Then you top it off with one of their many desserts. So what are you waiting for? Biggie's, 417 West Stone Drive in Kingsport.
If you are buying a home or a current homeowner and just curious about what your refinancing options are, I invite you to call me today. Hi, I'm Russell Street, branch manager for Cross Country Mortgage Incorporated in Kingsport. If you are thinking about financing a home and you don't know what you qualify for, I can help you with no obligations. At Cross Country Mortgage, we work closely with all of our customers from start to finish. Let me put my years of experience to work for you for all of your home financing needs. Visit us again at Cross Country Mortgage at 505 East Center Street in Kingsport. You can call us today at 423-246-2126. That's 423-246-2126. Or visit us at www.crosscountrykpt.com. I can help you with your pre-qualification today.
Cross Country Mortgage, Inc., license number NMLS 3029. Kingsport Branch NMLS 855512. Russell Street NMLS 148950. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Certain restrictions apply. Call for details. Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. To verify licensing, visit www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
Back with the Graham Clark Coaches Show here at Big E's. Again, Big E's Clam Bar, cool place to hang out. The food is awesome, 2 for $1. I know you get the hamburgers, the pizza, the chicken sandwiches every Tuesday, 2 for $1. I know Robert, our producer, has had the pizza. You've had the hamburger. I know Coach Clark and Emma have been over here after the show, and they wolfed down, and wolf being the key word, the chicken sandwiches. And it's not Coach Clark, it's Emma the one's wolfing down the sandwich. Now, Emma she can put away the child. I'll hear about that. So anyway, 2 for $1. You can't go wrong at Big E's Clam Bar. And again, the Blackbird Lounge is what you want to remember because the holiday's right around the corner. And if you want to rent the Blackbird Lounge here, again, it holds up to 40 folks. The amenities in there would include big screen TV. They've got the DVD player. You want to do any kind of a presentation or any kind of a you name it. They've had bachelorette parties in there. They've had New Year's Eve parties, birthday parties, Sunday school lunches. Christmas gatherings, staff parties, you name it, retirement parties. I mean, run the gamut. If you can conceive of it, they even had a bunco party in there. So if you can think it up and want to do it, this is the place to come because the food's awesome. And again, folks take care of you. And again, you're off to yourself. And so you can order off the menu. They can come up with a special menu for you. Again, that phone number is 765-9633. 765-9633. Big East Clam Bar, very easy to find right across the Putt-Putt on Stone Drive here in Kingsport. With Coach Salyers and Coach Holt, again, pinch hitting for head coach Graham Clark. We'll be back next week. The Big East standings look like this: Maryville at 5-0, Science Hill at 4-1, Bearden at 3-2, Bradley Central at 3-2. Dobyns, Bennett, and Hardin Valley each at 2-3. Jefferson County at 1-4, and William Blount currently in the cellar at 0-5. Games this week: Week 9, Science Hill travels to Knoxville to battle the Bearden Bulldogs. William Blount will be at Hardin Valley. Maryville will be home to Bradley Central, the Bears, and of course the game that the Indians are involved in will be on the road at Jeff County. And before we get into that, I want to run down some offensive stats real quick, and then Coach Holt's got some defensive stats, and then the scouting report on Jeff County is going to come from Coach Salyers. So again, Thompson, 88 carries, 479 yards. Jacoby averaging 5 yards a carry, 10 touchdowns on the season. Blake Rogers, 444 yards rushing. He averages 6.5 yards a carry with 6 TDs under his belt. Cole Maupin toting the ball as a quarterback, 566 yards, the leading rusher on the team, and he has 8 touchdowns as well. Bryce Barrett, I'll tell you this, Coach, when he's only carried it 4 times, he averages 11 yards a carry. That's not bad average right there, Chief.
Not a bad day at the office.
Not a bad day at office at all. Cole Maupin on the season, 115 completed out of 202 tried for 57%, over 1,300 yards passing for Cole Maupin. His favorite receivers, Elijah Dunn with 34 catches and a touchdown this season. Also, you got double-digit catches coming out of Gladson and Jeffers, and of course Newcomb has been hurt. Brett Rogers with 15 catches, so he's kind of spread that football around offensively, and so the Indians will take that offensive unit on the road to Dumpling Valley on Friday night. Coach, defensively, who are some of the young men who's played well?
Tell you what, we've had quite a few young men step up, whether it be consistently throughout the whole season or whether some guys we've had to make some replacements with for one reason or another, and even some guys that have just gotten an opportunity, taking advantage of it. Right now, our leading tackler on the team is James Buchanan, sitting at about 73 tackles. Followed close up by his fellow linebacker, Jacob Roller, who is right there at about 70 tackles. Leads us, let's see, Ivan Phillips, I believe, is still leading us in tackles for loss, somewhere around 11 tackles for loss. He has obviously missed the last game and is still a game-time decision here this Friday night. From the secondary, Bryce Barrett's definitely led the way in the secondary. He's made about 60 tackles by now, and he's by far and away our leading defender versus the pass with 6 pass breakups. I know he has at least 1 interception. Played very solid all year long. Josh Rapkin also in the secondary has about 30-some tackles this year. Down on the D-line, Ben Foster and Logan Schaefer right there together as our 2 leading tacklers on the D-line. A little over 30 tackles apiece, 8 and 7 tackles for loss respectively. So we've gotten after it a little bit up there. We need to continue to do so. We needed more guys to continue to step up. Isaiah James stepped in as a sophomore last week at linebacker and came out with 11 tackles, played a very, very solid game. Blake Rogers was inserted at defensive tackle last week, and we saw several of his highlights from that position.
And that's amazing because, listen, he did a heck of a job. He really did.
He absolutely did, and that's coming on top of playing a full game at running back as well. So that's asking a lot of a kid. That's 2 vastly different positions, and to put that hand down after playing running back and get after it like he did says something about that young man. It really does. Another one, Matt Deminick, is a youngin that's stepping up for us. He really is coming on strong. Reese Cornett has stepped up for us and made some great plays. A lot of Indian fans might remember the play he made down there at Sevier County where he decided just to take a ball from the receiver and take it to the house for I guess, a fumble return for a touchdown is what you'd call it, even though it never touched the ground. We've had quite a few young men step in and play well. We need them to continue to doing so. We need that consistency to really show up for these last 2 weeks and heading into the playoffs. And if that happens, I feel good about our chances.
Defensively, Friday night, how do you prepare for Jeff County?
You prepare for Jeff County in about as many different ways as you can. They're quite multiple. Coach Salyers and I were sitting in the office there yesterday and handed him a piece of paper with all the formations and some plays out of them, and his eyes got rather big when he looked at those right there. And he already knew what they were anyways, but just to see how thick that stack was. Very multiple team. Amazing. Like to operate out of the gun. A lot of spread. They will run quite a bit of spread with the zone reads, whatnot. They'll RPO the crap out of you as well. Which I'm sure you can tell we're thrilled about.
Run, pass, option. There you go.
Yep, they will take some shots down the field. But at the same time, have quite a complement of underneath routes as well that they can hit. Some good tight end dump type routes from a number 3 receiver out in the trips formation. They'll put you in everything from empty to trips to they'll go 2 back. So they'll get in what would be a power eye out of the gun with an offset back and a pistol back behind them, and they'll run power all night long if they can. about like most teams like to do. Easy as playing football. You beat me or I beat you.
There you go. Coach, on the offensive side, what do you hope the Indians, you're getting ready for their defense, what do you hope to be able to do Friday night against Jeff County offensively?
Offensively, I think everything starts up front, plain and simple. The 5 guys up front are important. We come out and we pound the rock. We stick it up in there with Blake and Jacoby, and offset it with some jet sweeps and stuff with the Rogers kid. And Bryce Barrett and Quentin Polinsky. We got abilities to really do some different things, but again, we have got to run the football. That's the most important thing, I think, for our team. I think it's something that paralyzed us a little bit last week. We struggled running the football, but Coach Clark, myself, Coach Christian, we all understand that that's life sometimes. But I feel like these kids, those 5 guys up front, starting with Michael Foster at center, and then Tucker Hall at tackle, Grayson Castle at guard, Bradley Dorton's at
Jordan
the left
Malone.
guard, Jordan Malone. Yeah, listen, it starts with those guys. If we can get a good push and the running backs hit the seam, I think good things will happen. But now listen, on the other side, Jeff County has been pretty solid and stinky throughout the year. They they have a solid defense. Defensive line doesn't get pushed around. The linebackers really step up and fill the gaps. Secondary don't play a lot of man. They play a lot of zone. But that's okay. That's their philosophy, and that's the things that they do. But other than us pounding the rock, which I think's the most important thing to get a win, Cole Maupin, he's done a great job all year of distributing the football to multiple receivers, backs out of the backfield, whether screens, and also running those stinking RPOs. He's done a great job doing that this year. It's going to take an overall team effort. Listen, we talk, offense and defense, but I'm telling you, special teams is going to play a big part in that game.
Absolutely.
There you go.
So
great report on Jeff County, guys. Give me some taters.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Yes, sir.
ESPN, look out, because these guys can do it right here. It's good stuff. I love it. Appreciate them coming in here in a pinch hit situation. First time they've ever done this. I thought they did it lights out. So, again,
he's been gracious.
Very appreciative to come in here and step in for the man who'll be back next week. Our show is brought to you by Diane Hills Southern Dwellings, also Brother Hayworth at Hayworth Tire, Big Brian, of course, Associated Orthopedics of Kingsport, and also Cross Country, More Than a Mortgage, and, of course, here at Big East Clam Bar. And we certainly appreciate these gentlemen coming in and pinch hitting for Coach Clark in a very tough situation for coaching. As we said at the outset of the show, please keep him in your thoughts and prayers, he and the entire family, because they're under the gun right now, and they need us. As I said earlier, he's given back so much to Kingsport. Now it's time for Kingsport to rally around this family, and so we would ask that you do that. Again, thanks to Robert Kell, producer, does a dynamite job. Thanks to the folks here at Big E's, and again, we'll come back next week with a brand new show. New show every Wednesday. All you do is go to TomTaylorSports.com. It comes out every Wednesday at noon. Robert has the shows up, and tomorrow, Wednesdays at noon, we'll have a brand new show, so be sure and check it out. In fact, tomorrow won't work because when you hear this show, it's already out. So it comes out Wednesdays at noon, and simply go to TomTaylorSports.com. Also, the previous shows are there archived to go back and watch the highlights of Indian football. So very easy to find, TomTaylorSports.com. So we'll have a Coach Salyers and Coach Holt, and, of course, Robert Kell, and the man who's with us, and certainly in our thoughts tonight, Coach Graham Clark. This is Tom Taylor again telling you, as always, win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for giving us a watch and a listen, and thanks again for checking in and checking out the Graham Clark Coaches Show. So long, everybody.